morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very happy occasion for me to be there in the midst of this array of experts on the dais. In particular, sharing the dais with some of the most energetic ministers of government of Andhra Pradesh. Well, to begin with, we have one of the youngest information technology ministers. And just now we have seen, how vibrant otherwise he is, relating Visakhapatnam's abundance to prosperity. Sri Amarnath Garu. And we have with us on the dais the Deputy CM, one of the senior most ministers, Rajendra Garu. And we have another very prominent Minister for Health. And she has been doing a very fantastic job. And it was also reported in the media that, the KGH has been totally transformed, much to the delight of everybody in Visakhapatnam, Madam Rajani Garu. And we have another equally prominent person and who is almost close to the hearts of everyone in the city, sitting over here, the Member of the Parliament, M.A.V. Satyanarayana Garu. Man of today, Srinu Babu, the co-convener for the Global Tech Summit, and all the dignitaries who are, in fact, present on the dais, and most of the industry leaders who are attending here from various countries, and in particular, I see more than 400 foreign students participating who are all, in fact, the students who are right now there with Andhra University. A wonderful opportunity to the city. The place where, in the words of the minister, that abundance meets prosperity. Visakhapatnam, the city of destiny, which is a juxtapose of landscape and seascape. The most happening place in India. Everybody is looking at Visakhapatnam. And you have got wonderful infrastructure. You have got beautiful universities, one of the most historic universities, which would probably, I think, will be celebrating its Shatabdi Mahotsav in 2025. And it has produced stalwarts, in fact, to the world. And now everybody is looking at India because, it has become an economy creator for the whole globe over the last 2 decades. Particularly with reference to the technology and the contributions of the youth, especially in the so-called, developed world. And I would say that the Global Tech Summit, and also I have looked at the tagline, shaping the future of technology. Honestly speaking, our future is shaped by technology. Because, we have entered into a transformative age. And just to close your eyes for a second and imagine yourselves that, you are pulled in the timeline by a decade. February 16th, 2033. 10 years. Awaken. You will see that 9 billion people living on this earth. By the side of you, intelligent robots are working. And you see all these driverless cars moving around. And you also see abundance of clean energy everywhere. Totally a different world. Intelligent robots are taking over. And you will find that, because I'm a person who is representing a university and education, the biggest competition is going to be for universities because technology companies will make an entry into the business of education. something like industrial age and before. With reference to this transformation age, because of the disruptive technologies, because we talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these things, the way in which you learn, the way in which you live, the way in which you work, and the way in which you are going to play, all these things are going to be affected by technology. The question in front of me, like the university teachers, is that can the universities of today lead the learning for tomorrow? The bigger the question, the better the answer. Because our duty is to build the right workforce for the globe to cater to the needs of tomorrow. I would say that in a way, the summit over here in Visakhapatnam, organized by Pulse's Srinu Babu, supported by Government of Andhra Pradesh, is really a right move at Visakhapatnam, which is going to be the happening place. In the words of Honorable CM, in a few months from now onwards, it is likely to become an executive capital. And more particularly, Andhra University close by wish to share small piece of information to all these ministers as well as most of the industry experts who have visited this particular place from 20 plus countries. As such, at the university, looking at all these things, we were in fact directed by our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Jagan Reddy Garu. 2 years back, he has in fact got a compelling vision for the universities. He was in fact talking to all the vice chancellors and made a mention that, you are all, dealing with higher education. Once somebody is into higher education, gone are the days where, people would always look for, some kind of paper degrees. No, I do not want my youth only just to look at paper kind of degrees and all. What is important is skill and also hands-on. That kind of a hands-on should always be there only on the campus. So that kind of a transformation, because of his vision, we were able to build it on the campus. And I am so happy to, in fact, share the news with all of you that in 1 month time, please count it. If you want, you can write down. In 1 month time from today onwards, as such in Andhra University, the kind of integrated startup ecosystem that's been built will be the largest in India. Largest in India. The tech startup, which has already come into existence, not been open to the external world, because we were all in fact asked to do things rather than propagating them. 72 IT companies are working in Andhra University. 72 IT companies. These things will be in fact revealed to the public very, very shortly. And a huge hub is there that's called A-Hub. Like I-Hub in Gujarat, T-Hub in Telangana. There is going to be an A-Hub. The Telugu letter A, right? That A either stands for Andhra University or Andhra Pradesh. This hub, it will be inaugurated by very soon. And in fact, we will be approaching the government on that. Not only that, not many people are aware that in the campus of the university, there is a huge center of excellence for Internet of Things and machine intelligence. And that has become operational, which is a 27 crore project funded by Government of Andhra Pradesh and Government of India, which is also operational. And as on today, over the last 1.5 years, it has in fact shaped up 18 different startups who are especially contributing to, pharma vertical. This is also happening on the campus. And very, very good news I would like to share with you as well as with the ministers. FDA, Food and Drug Administration, America. People give a lot of respect to FDA because they are the people who control, the export of drugs to America and all, especially the huge, pharma industry. And FDA, generally, they don't give any time at all, even for big, pharma majors. FDA jointly is organizing a program at Visakhapatnam at Andhra University on 22nd and 23rd of this month, a workshop. And they're inviting all big pharma companies. And FDA's visit to Andhra University to Visakhapatnam definitely, I think, is going to create a huge impact with reference to good manufacturing practices. Not only that, in the campus of the university, through the directions of Honorable Chief Minister Jagan Reddy Garu, we are setting up a huge Pharma Incubation Center, very close to this particular building, just 2 minutes walk. Maybe if time permits, I would put a request to the ministers to have a visit at that particular building, which is coming up very, very close to this, which is going to, in fact, revolutionize the life sciences and pharma research, because we are, in fact, collaborating with many big pharma companies to get into the vertical of pharma. Not only that, government of Andhra Pradesh supported Andhra University to, in fact, generate a huge food incubation system. We have named it as Zenibird. Zenibird is a Germany name, with reference to food. And Andhra University is getting ready, in fact, to make an entry into food incubation center, and a huge infrastructure is getting ready, which also gets operational from the next month onwards. Not only that, very recently, the university also tied up with a private foundation called Avanti Foundation, who are, in fact, bigwigs with reference to marine kind of exports, the international farming practices. In the campus of the university, they are investing about 30 crores to set up a center for excellence for, the international farming practices with reference to prawn, crab, all these things, which is also coming up. Like that, the Andhra University is, in fact, making its way into multiple verticals, and all these things will, in fact, will be combined, because, this is the day where, people understood that instead of looking at specialization, you look for new knowledge to emerge at the boundaries. That's the reason, in fact, we are trying to promote research in transdisciplinary areas, but not in, a single vertical kind of a niche-driven areas, but we are trying to combine areas and trying to look at new knowledge emerging at the boundaries. And such a knowledge is possible only provided you try to make use of technology, and that's the reason we are, in fact, investing very hugely on technology, because in the times to come, it would be evident that instead of focusing on physical infrastructure, it is definitely going to be a challenge for all the universities to unbundle their physical resources, but only put focus on digital resources. And that is, in fact, government of Andhra Pradesh, in fact, is also advising all the universities and institutions to invest more on digital infrastructure, which is, in fact, also made a mention by Honorable Minister, because, he said that they're, in fact, creating digital libraries in various villages so that people can go to that digital library and start probably, I think, promoting their startup through that digital library, which is going to be a wonderful initiative. I'm so happy, in fact, I see all these young people over here, and, in a way, before I, pause and take a stop to my talk, I would say that the nucleus of the young India, which is going to, in fact, play a huge role in the times to come as future leaders, are all over here and participating in this particular wonderful Global Tech Summit, and I wish them all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So I humbly request Dr. Srinu Babu Garu to please kindly step forward and present the memento. So can we have the memento, please? Please extend a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Dr. PVGD Prasad Reddy Garu, for addressing the gathering so wonderfully. Thank you.